everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Makeup by Mackenzie and I am Mackenzie, obviously. Today on Makeup 101 we're going to be talking about seasonal makeup. Now this is about the time of the year when we're starting to transition from summer into fall, and you're going to see a lot of makeup YouTubers doing tutorials on fall makeup. What exactly does that mean, and what's the difference between a fall makeup look and a summer makeup look? This video is going to tell you everything that you need to know about the difference between summer makeup and fall winter makeup. So without any further ado, let's play with some makeup, shall we? Okay, so for this video I'm going to split my face down the center, and this half is going to be summer makeup and this half is going to be fall makeup. So that way you can see side by side what the difference between the two seasons is. So let's start with skin. Now summer tends to have a huge emphasis on your skin. Everybody wants that dewy, glowy, sun-kissed summer skin. Now, the important thing to think about though is that you're sweating a lot, your skin is going to be exposed to the sun a lot more, so packing on tons of heavy makeup tends to be a little bit of a faux pas in summer. So you're going to want to go with something a little bit lighter than a foundation. So in the summertime you should consider switching to either a BB cream or a tinted moisturizer instead of a heavy foundation. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be using the Yadah BB cream. Another thing to look for in foundations, especially during the summer, is ones that have an SPF. So this one, for example, has an SPF of 34. Which is an odd number. Now obviously your skin is going to change from summer to fall. It's going to tan in the summer and it's going to get paler in the winter time. Everybody's skin changes that way. So if you tend to tan a lot in the summer, you're going to want to get a slightly darker foundation. Now, in the winter time, you're going to be less concerned about sweating, but you are going to be a little bit more concerned about staying hydrated and keeping your skin from getting dry. You can stay with your normal foundation, but just think about moisturizing or using a foundation that's a little bit more hydrating to your skin. Now if you have oilier skin, that may not be concerning to you. You may be more concerned about staying matte even in the winter time. So for today, I'm going to be on the winter side, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup Foundation. This also has sunscreen in it. You're going to want sunscreen no matter what time of year it is. You may want a little bit more and you may be more concerned about reapplying in the summertime. But that winter sun can hit you. Make sure you're wearing sunscreen all year round and you're gonna keep your skin looking young and healthy. Now concealer is basically the same as your foundation. You're going to want to go lighter in the summertime than you are in the winter time. That being said, you could also switch to just using concealer in the summertime if you want as well. On the summer side, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser, which is a dewy finished concealer. And then on the winter side, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, which tends to be a little bit more of a natural finish. I haven't used this concealer, the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind one, in a long time. I forgot how much I like it. So before I set my face, I want to talk about blush really quick, because in the summertime, using something like a cream blush or cream highlighter can give you a little bit more of a dewy, glowy, kind of glow from within sort of look. So I really like that for the summertime. You can use something like that in the wintertime, but it's also a nice kind of lighter option than applying tons of heavy powders in the summertime. So this is the Maybelline Mega Stick Blush, and I'm just going to take that on my makeup sponge here. Lightly add that to my cheeks here. So now I'm going to go ahead and set my face, and I will be right back. Alright, so let's talk about bronzer for a second. Bronzer is one of those things that is typically associated with summertime, and that is definitely true because everybody wants to look a little bit more tan. So with bronzers, you're going to see more people doing more heavier bronzer in the summertime. So we're going to do, on the summer side, we're going to use the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. So we're nice and bronzed up a little bit more on this side of the face. So you see how it gives the face a little bit more shape, a little bit more warmth. Now, a lot of people tend to shy away from bronzer in the wintertime, which is perfectly acceptable because people do get paler in the wintertime. So going heavy with your bronzer kind of looks weird in the wintertime. But does that mean you have to skip bronzer altogether? No, if you want to do bronzer, you can totally do bronzer in the wintertime. However, I'd recommend going with one that is no more than one shade darker than your skin tone. So I just use the Rimmel Natural Bronzer on the summer side, and this is the one I'm going to use on the winter side. You see the difference here? This one is clearly darker than this one. And this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Light. So I'm going to be using this on the winter side, and I'm going to be using it with a much lighter hand. A little bit up here, but not nearly as much as I did on the other side. So it just brings back a little bit of warmth to the face and gives you a little bit more shape as well, but it's not nearly as tan looking as this side. So you can see the difference. You're starting to see the difference between summer and winter here. I'm definitely paler on this side, but I still have shape. I still have a little bit of color, although I haven't done blush on this side yet, which I will in a minute. But this side, you're starting to see it's much warmer and it's much more tan. Let's talk about highlighter for a second. People want, again, that kind of sun-kissed glow when it comes to the summer. So you're going to see people doing some more warm-toned highlighters. So you're going to see warm-toned pinks, warm-toned golds and champagnes. However, on the winter side, doing those warm-toned highlighters can be a little bit harsh and a little bit too bronzy. So I would stay away from things like gold highlighter. If you are pale like me, I would stay away from those gold highlighters when it comes to winter and fall, and keep those in the summertime. So for example, on the summertime, I'm going to be using the Becca highlighter in the shade Opal, which is a very pretty gold highlighter. Okay, so as you can see, I put highlighter on my cheeks and on my temples here, so I've got this kind of wet, glowy look going on, and it's got that warm color because it's gold. Now, with wintertime, you can go with more icy, colder shades, although you don't want to go ham with it because then you're going to look like Ice Queen, and that's not, you know, that's a little cliche. However, I like to go a little bit more natural with my highlighter in the winter time because I think it does help to give you a little bit more life, a little bit more of that health back into your face, a little bit more glow into your face, and you can completely skip out on highlighters in the wintertime if you want to. I mean, you could skip out on them in the summertime too, no one's gonna care. But you know what I mean. So for the winter side, I'm going to use the Essence Pure Nude highlighter, and it's almost exactly my skin tone, which is why I like to use it in the wintertime. I also like to use it more on a regular everyday basis when I don't want to go like ham with highlighter. This is a good one for that. So I'm just going to lightly brush that over my cheeks, and you see how it's just kind of giving me a little bit more skin-like finish to my skin. Okay, I'm gonna go back to blush for a second because we want to talk about the different colors that are associated with winter and summertime. So a lot of times in the winter time we like to do deeper shades, but we would stay away from those in the summertime because those can look heavy and they can look dark. So in the summertime you want to go with things like light pinks, corally, orangey, peachy shades. Another thing that you can look for in summer blush is that it's a little bit less common in winter blushes is shimmer. You're going to find less shimmery blushes in the wintertime. People are going to go for more matte blushes, and they're also going to go for deeper ones. So this is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Berry Amour. So that's a great winter fall blush. Another great one is Tarte's Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Feisty. That's completely matte, has no shimmer to it whatsoever, and it's a nice deeper shade for my skin tone. This one is what I'm going to use on the winter side, and then on the summer side I'm going to use the Dolce Pink. Another thing I like to do in the wintertime is concentrate my blush lower, so it almost acts a little bit as like a contour or a bronzer to give your face a little bit more shape. I added too much, so I'm just blending it out with a big fluffy brush. Now let's switch gears a little bit and go into eyeshadow. Now eyeshadow gets a little bit interesting because we've got quite a big difference when it comes to what is winter versus summer eyeshadow. Now it kind of goes along with blushes. In wintertime you're going to go with those richer, deeper shades that necessarily wouldn't be considered great in the summer because they are heavy. So you're going to go with lighter colors in the summertime, like pastels, pinks. Peaches have been really big in the summertime for the past few summers. So those are really great options for summer eyeshadows. You're also going to find a lot of nice pops of color on the lower lash line lately, like teals are a big one that people like to do on the lower lash line. In the wintertime, you're going to find deeper colors like pumpkin kind of shades, chocolate shades, burgundies, plums, deeper golds. And there's also more of an emphasis on the eye makeup in wintertime than there is in summer. In summer, you're going to find people going a little bit lighter with their eyeshadow rather than kind of packing it on. Let me show you two palettes that are examples of summer versus fall eyeshadow. So this is the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel Deluxe palette. And this is definitely a summer palette. So you're going to have lighter shades, you're going to have highlighters as well, which is definitely a more summery thing. You've got a lot of lighter golds, you've got a lot of shimmer shades in here, you've got some mauves. A good example of a wintry, fall-y kind of eyeshadow palette is the Morphe 35O palette. Looks like that on the inside. This just screams fall. You have deeper, richer shades. You've got more of your pumpkin-y kind of shades in here as well. And you've got coppery shades, you've got golds in here. So this is definitely a fall palette. That being said, you can tell which ones I'm going to use where. Alright, so let's dive into the summery eyeshadow here. Alright, so I'm going to start off by using this shade right here, which is kind of a neutral pink, but it's very, very light and almost has like a peachy, oh, wrong side. Whoa, that would have been bad. Okay, it almost has like a peachy vibe to it. So that's actually all I'm going to do on the top of the eye. Let's talk about eyeliner a little bit, because you can kind of do what you want with eyeliner any year round. Although I like to do smaller wings in the summertime because they tend to be a little bit lighter, so they're not as heavy and dramatic as in the winter time. But that's just me. You can kind of do whatever you want with your winged eyeliner whenever you feel like it. So do what you want with eyeliner. I prefer to do kind of smaller wings. Alright, well that ended up being a lot thicker of a line than I was planning on, but hey, you still get the gist. It looks pretty, doesn't it? But it's thicker than I was planning on doing. Oh well. Now the last thing I am going to do on the summer side is a little pop of color on the lower lash line. So I'm just taking a small smudger brush and I'm taking the shade Mermaid, I think, from NYX. And I'm going to take a teeny tiny bit of this rose gold highlighter from the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel palette and just pop that just on the inner corner of the eye over here. Now for the winter side. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to take this shade right here as my transition shade. And I'm going to start to brush that onto the outer. And I'm actually going to bring that all the way in to the inner corner as well. And we'll just go full on chocolate over here. Now I'm going to take a slightly smaller fluffy brush and I'm gonna use this shade right here. And that's gonna deepen up the crease and the outer third. Don't forget to blend it all out, everybody. Now I'm taking a very small fluffy brush and that first shade that we were using, and I'm going to run that along the entire lower lash line. Now I'm taking a smudger brush and I'm taking that second shade we used, and that's going on the outer half of the lower lash line. I'm going to take this dark brown right here, and I'm going to deepen up the outer V even more with that. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a liner brush and I'm going to deepen up the lash line with that last shade that we used. Now there is both eyes done. Now, eyebrows on fleek are in style any time of the year, so we're going to do our eyebrows off camera and we'll be right back. Alrighty, so the last thing to do is lips. Now, lips kind of go the same way eyes and your face do. In the summertime, people tend to place a little less emphasis on their lips, opting for lighter shades, for lighter formulas, for things like glosses that tend to be a little bit more shiny and dewy. Whereas in the wintertime, people like to go with more rich, deep, bolder colors and more matte formulas. You don't have to go completely matte with like a matte liquid lipstick, but that tends to be a little bit more of the style in the fall. You also tend to find people doing things like pinky nudes, pinks, corals, peaches for their lipstick. Whereas in the fall, you're going to find burgundies, plums, and browns. Reds are one of those ones that can kind of go back and forth between summer and fall. However, you're going to find a little bit richer reds in the winter time, and you're going to find brighter, more orange toned reds in the summertime. So I really love to do more burgundies and browns on my lips in the fall because that's really the time that you can do stuff like brown lipstick. So I'm going to go with a brown on the winter side. This is the Maybelline SuperStay Matte Ink in the shade Protector. Okay, well this is a look. And then for the summer side, I'm going to use the Burt's Bees lip gloss in the shade Spring Splendor. Well, this is definitely a look, isn't it? But here is the summer side. And here is the winter side. Summer, winter. You really can see the difference, and you really kind of get this vibe that this is definitely a wintry vibe. This is definitely a summery vibe. Fun, flirty, fresh, a little bit more warm and sultry looking. If you're sitting there and you're like, I don't want to follow these rules, I just want to do whatever I want. Yeah, totally do whatever you want. Like I say in every single video, makeup has no rules. These are kind of just guidelines to kind of give you a little bit of a baseline. Like the rule that says you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day. Of course you can wear white after Labor Day, but people are kind of gonna look at you weird when you're wearing like your all white Kim Kardashian sort of outfit in the middle of December, you know? And it's gonna be the same way if you're wearing this look in the middle of July. It's one of those things that you do what makes you happy, you do what makes you most comfortable. These are just some tips and tricks for if you're wanting to get some glowy summer makeup or if you're wanting something a little bit more pumpkin spicy. I hope you really liked this video and I hope you found it helpful. Let me know what you like to do in the summer versus the fall. Do you even change your makeup for the seasons? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, let me know if there are any Makeup 101 or any other type of makeup videos that you would like to see me do, because I want to do what you guys want to see. So let me know down in the comment section below. As always, I will have all of the products that I mentioned in today's video listed in the description box for you guys to find. I will also have a link to my GoFundMe campaign. 100% of those proceeds goes towards this YouTube channel, towards making it the best it possibly can be for you guys. So if you really like this channel and want to help me make it better, please consider donating to that. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at MUBYMackenzie. And if you like this video, please give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like it in the future. Alright, that's all I have for today. Remember, makeup has no rules. They're more like guidelines, so you do you, boo-boo. Alright, see you next time, everyone. So let me show you two examples of some... Let me show you... Now for the... I don't know why I was saying we there. The royal we. Like I'm a queen or something. And if you like this video, please get a... Okay, gotta be a thumbnail in there somewhere.